This is the best credit card for 2024, but only if you know how to use it properly. So in today's video, I'm gonna break down exactly who should use the Venture X credit card, everything that you can expect to walk away with by using it, and I'll also be ranking every part of the card individually so you have a final verdict and rating. And there's no better place to start than with the card itself. The Venture X card is an all-around simple card to use compared to other premium cards which come with a confusing amount of unrelated credits, perks, and third-party partnerships. The Venture X is very straightforward with its offerings and its mission. It knows that it's a travel card, so every perk that it comes with aligns with the mission of being the best travel card it can possibly be, especially when you factor in how seamlessly it works with Capital One's travel portal. But I'll explain more about this later, because for now, we need to get into one of the most important things that you should be considering when getting a credit card, and that's the fees. Signing up for the Venture X card is a fairly standard process. You apply on Capital One's website, and then you wait for the approval, which they do have a pre-approval tool that you can use beforehand to check if you're likely to get approved or not. But this is not always guaranteed. But as I'm making this video, the annual fee is going to run you $395 a year. But I wouldn't worry too much about that, because as you're going to see throughout the video, you'll quickly make that back with a lot more to spare in your first year. The interest rates on this card are quite dynamic, ranging from 19 to 29%, depending on your credit worthiness. And for this card in particular, you'll want a credit rating at least in the 700s for better approval odds. With that being said, I'm a big advocate for paying off your card in full every month so that you never have to pay any interest if possible. All in all, considering most premium travel cards come with very high annual fees, the Venture X actually has some of the lowest in the market. So it's only fair that I give the Venture X card a 10 out of 10 rating for its fees. And we have a walkaway rate of negative $395, but that's about to change with the sign-up bonuses. The standard sign-up bonus offers a pretty nice deal of 75,000 miles. But like any credit card, you'll need to meet a certain spending threshold. For the Venture X card, you'll need to spend $4,000 within the first 3 months of opening your account, which is pretty standard for a premium travel card. Now, just to be sure that we're all on the same page, 1 mile or 1 point is equal to 1 cent, which means 75,000 miles is equal to a minimum of $750 towards travel. Now, not too bad at all for a sign-up offer. However, it's not as great as it used to be, because back in 2023, Capital One was offering a 90,000 mile sign-up bonus with this card from personal referrals. So what does this mean for you? Well, not a lot, because it's uncertain whether or not they will increase or decrease that bonus in the near future. For now, I say this is still a good sign-up bonus, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And we'll be finishing out this section with a walkaway balance of $355, assuming that you meet this minimum spend for the bonus. The points reward rates go from good to great with this card. The reason I say this is because if you spend money on hotels and rental cars through Capital One's travel portal, more on that later, you'll get 10 miles for every dollar spent, which is 10 points per dollar. Whereas if you spend money on flights through their portal, you'll get 5 miles, which equates to 5 points per dollar. And for general everyday purchases on everything else, you'll get 2 miles, which is 2 points per dollar, which is pretty great considering most cards will only give you 1 point per dollar on non-elevated points earnings. All in all, this card is pretty good for the points earnings, but since it doesn't give you much variety outside of spending in the travel portal, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Now, alongside the sign-up bonuses and points earnings, there are a few extras that come with the Venture X card. For example, cardholders will receive an additional 10,000 bonus miles, equal to $100 for every year that they're holding the card. And cardholders are also given $100 towards a global entry or TSA PreCheck application. When you're a member of one of these programs, you're able to pass through TSA airport checks much faster than those who aren't a part of them. The standard fee is $78 for TSA PreCheck and $100 for global entry. This means the bonus from the card gives you access to either one of the programs for free. Alongside that, users of the card will also receive a $300 annual credit for Capital One's travel portal. So that means you're getting $400 in credit a year considering both the $300 annual travel credit and the 10,000 point anniversary bonus, which alone already offsets that $395 annual fee. For bonuses, I give this card a 10 out of 10, and we'll be ending this section with a walkaway balance of $755. But this assumes that you're using Capital One's travel portal, so let's break down exactly what that is and how to use it. In simple terms, the Capital One travel portal is an in-house platform that allows Capital One cardholders to use their reward points to buy flights, hotels, and rental cars. It was launched back in 2021 and has continued to get better ever since. The portal uses Hopper, which is a world-leading system for tourism-based pricing prediction, meaning users are able to find the best price dates even if they've already booked their flight. For example, after booking a flight, I received a credit of $80 back a few days later as their system had found me a cheaper flight, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Hopper also provides a UI with a color-coded interface, which makes finding the best suited flights extremely easy. Payment is also pretty streamlined, with flexible options to apply miles toward purchases or pay with credit card, and even a mix of both. It doesn't provide reward points or contribute towards statuses like hotels, but it never hurts to ask at the front desk if they'd be willing to honor it. And seeing as you can transfer out your points to other partners, it isn't the end of the world. So, is this portal revolutionary? Not exactly, but it's a nice little perk that Capital One offers to its cardholders. And speaking of perks, that leads me onto section number 7. It's customary for credit cards to provide their members with additional perks to sweeten the deal, and the Venture X card is no exception. First off, you and 2 guests get unlimited complimentary access to over 1,300 lounges worldwide, including Capital One lounges and Priority Pass lounges. Second, when booking a room at select hotels, members will also get a variety of benefits like room upgrades and experience credits. And if you find that the Capital One travel portal doesn't have what you want, then you can also transfer your miles to your choice of travel loyalty programs like we discussed earlier in the video. And third, the card also gives you Hertz Presidential Circle status, which is their highest tier and typically only comes after you've completed 15 car rentals or you spent $3,000 on Hertz rentals within the calendar year. So alongside the legit monetary bonuses that you get with the card, you also get a few extra perks that make your travels more comfortable. And for perks, I'm going to give the card an 8 out of 10. So considering we have a walkaway balance of $755 and a huge amount of additional perks, it's safe to say that the Venture X card is one of the best cards on the market right now. However, it isn't perfect. In fact, there are 2 major drawbacks to this card. The first major drawback is that you earn the highest points for spending only on bookings made in the Capital One travel portal. However, this drawback goes away pretty quickly if you're happy booking everything through the portal. In fact, if you use the portal, then this drawback quickly becomes a huge advantage of the card. And considering Capital One Travel tries to offer the most competitive prices and a wide range of options, you really aren't losing out on much. Simply put, this drawback is circumstantial. If you use the portal, then it isn't a drawback. And if you don't use the portal, then it is a drawback. The second major drawback is that you're only earning 2 miles per dollar or 2x on all other purchases. Now, this can be a downside if you're someone who loves racking up points on groceries or other types of everyday spending, which this card does not have categories for. But it's a flat rate, meaning you don't have to worry about keeping track of a bunch of different spending categories or thresholds. It's simple and straightforward. So while these might seem like drawbacks on the surface, I wouldn't say that they're deal breakers for getting the card. But now it's time for the biggest question of all: how does it compare to the competitors? When it comes to comparing the Venture X card with competitors like the Amex Platinum card and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, there are a few standout features that, in my opinion, make it the better choice. First, let's talk about the annual fees. The Venture X card's annual fee of $395 is flat out lower compared to the two. The Amex Platinum card, for example, has an annual fee of $695, while the Chase Sapphire Reserve card has an annual fee of $550. So right off the bat, that's a win for the Venture X card. Second being that the Venture X is a Capital One card, which gives its members the ability to transfer and combine rewards between different cardholders. This feature not only adds flexibility, but can also come in handy for those who have trouble getting approved for those other premium cards from Capital One. It's worth mentioning, however, that while American Express doesn't offer this option, Chase does with their credit card. And finally, let's talk about lounge access. With the Venture X card, you get lounge access for yourself and 2 guests, and you can add 4 authorized users for free, and each of those users can also bring 2 guests. That's a total of 14 people getting access from just one Venture X card. Now, compare that to the Amex Platinum, which is $195 per authorized user, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, where you have to pay $75 for each authorized users, and there's no free guests included. Yet another win for the Venture X card. However, if you're someone who prefers extensive lounge access or more flexible travel credits, the Amex Platinum might be a better fit despite its higher annual fee. On the other hand, if you're all about maximizing dining rewards or you want some nice flexibility with your redemption options, then the Chase Sapphire Reserve card might be worth considering with its bonus point structure. Ultimately, the Venture X card stands out for its combination of premium perks, lower annual fee, and flexibility and rewards usage, making it a strong contender for the best credit card of 2024. Yes, there are a couple of drawbacks, but to be honest, those aren't even drawbacks if you use the Capital One travel portal and you're using the card primarily for travel rewards, which is really what this card is about, traveling. If you're looking to maximize your grocery spending, then yeah, this card isn't for you. But if you are someone who loves to travel, who wants to get rewarded for it, and enjoys bringing family members along, then this card is one to really think about. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're interested in picking one up for yourself, make sure to click that link in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.